Hello students, welcome back to JCE Connect series of lectures. So in previous lecture, we have been discussed about the backwater curve and a flux, and we have studied about what you mean by backwater curve and how it takes place, and what you mean by a flux, uh, and what is a backwater curve and a drawdown curve. We have been discussed in the previous lectures. So in this particular lecture I will be deriving the equation for the gradually varied flow. So that is the differential equation for gradually varied flow. So what do you mean by gradually varied flow? We also know it is a type of non-uniform flow. That is it is a non-uniform flow in which the depth of flow changes gradually over a longer length of the channel. The flow is termed as gradually varied flow. So what is the equation we get for the gradually varied flow? That too in differential form. So we'll derive in this particular lecture. So before deriving gradually varied flow equation, some of the assumptions are to be made. What are those assumptions? The first assumption we have to make is the flow is steady and hence discharge remains constant at any location. We have to assume that the flow is steady and hence the discharge remains constant. The discharge to be assumed constant and the flow is steady. That is the first assumption. Then the channel is prismatic, means there is no variation in the cross-sectional area of the channel. The channel should be prismatic throughout the length of the channel. Then the slope of the channel bed is small. So whatever the slope is provided for the channel bed, it is very small. Then the pressure distribution over the channel section is hydrostatic. So whatever the pressure is being acting over the channel, it is to be hydrostatic. Okay, then the energy correction factor is unity. There is no energy correction factor for kinetic energy as well as the momentum. That is alpha equal to beta equal to 1 to be taken. Then the Chudzy's and Manning's equations are applicable for determining the slope of the energy line. Means whatever the equations we were used for the calculation of uniform flow, the same equation can be used for the non-uniform flow here. That is the Chudzy's and Manning's equation. These same equations are being used for uniform flow also, and the same equation can be used for the non-uniform flow also. That is the Chudzy's and Manning's equations are applicable for determining the slope of the energy line. So these are the 6 assumptions you have to make before deriving the differential equation for a gradually varied flow. So let us consider the gradually varied flow. So let us consider this channel. This is the datum line. This line is the datum line, and this is the channel bed. This one is the channel bed, and it is making an angle, and this is called SB. That SB is the slope of the channel bed, and this is a free surface of water. This is free surface of water. Then again the energy gradient line is been drawn here, and this is the surface with respect to this. The energy gradient line is been measuring, and the slope of energy gradient line is SE. Then this is the from the reference point till the bottom of the channel, that is a Z, datum head. From the bottom of the channel till the free surface of water is the depth of flow. Then from the free surface of water till here, it is the velocity head, v square by 2g. Okay. Then consider a gradually varied flow through a rectangular channel. The channel considered here is a rectangular channel. And this channel is a prismatic channel, means there is no variation in the cross-sectional area from the start to end. It is a prismatic channel. Only variable we get here is the depth of flow. Okay, there is an assumption we have made. Consider a gradually varied flow through a rectangular channel as shown in the figure. The depth of flow is gradually decreasing in the direction of flow. That is, the depth of flow is gradually decreasing in the direction of flow. Then where to get the differential equation for this one? At any section, the total energy head is given by E equal to Z plus Y plus V square by 2G. If you take this section, the total energy head E equal to what? Z plus Y plus V square by 2G. At any section, this is the total energy. We know this. Okay. Then considering the bottom of the channel as x-axis, let us consider this bottom of the channel as a x-axis. Then the differentiating the above equation with respect to x. Differentiate this equation with respect to x. What we get? dE by dx is equal to d by dx of this one, z plus y plus v square by 2g. We have to differentiate this with respect to x. Then dE by dx, dz by gx plus dy by dx. Then velocity also have to differentiate with respect to x. We get, if we differentiate velocity with respect to x, v square will be 2v divided by 2g into dv by dx. And further, dE by dx equal to what? dz by dx plus dy by dx plus 2 to get cancels, v by g into dv by dx. So this is the difference equation we are getting. Then further, what do you mean by dE by dx now? See, so finally we have got this one, that is, we got, look at this equation, we got dE by dx is equal to dz by dx plus dy by dx into v by g plus dv by dx. Then in above equation, what is dE by dx? dE by dx is nothing but slope of the energy line. Look at here in this equation. See here the slope d, this is the energy line, and this energy line is varying along the direction of flow, that is in x direction. It is varying dE by dx. So that can be written slope of the energy line, that is SE. Similarly, dz by dx is nothing but slope of the bed of the channel, this one. So here it is a z here, and it is varying along the direction of flow, that is along in x direction. It is varying. This is x direction. It is varying dz by dx. That can be written as SB. That is dz by dx is slope of the bed of the channel, SB. Then above equation becomes this equation. We substitute SE is equal to SB plus dy by dx plus v by g into dv by dx. Say equation number 1. And further, we know that v equal to q by y. This we know already in specific energy. While discussing about the specific energy for a channel, this we know, where q is discharge per unit width. Then again differentiating this with respect to x, dv by dx is equal to minus q by y square. I differentiated this one, minus q by y square, that is 1 by y differentiation with respect to x into dy by dx. You have to differentiate this one, where q is discharge per unit width, is a constant. The variable is what? Y, and this y has been differentiating with respect to x. When you differentiate 1 by y minus 1 by y square into dy by dx. Further, you substitute the value of q by y, that is q by y is nothing but a v. We get minus v by y into dy by dx. I hope you understood this one. This we know, v equal to q into y, where q is the discharge per unit width. Then dv by dx will be what? Minus q by y square. This is differentiating with respect to x. Q is a constant term, and we differentiate 1 by y with respect to x. We get minus q by y square into dy by dx minus v by y into dy by dx. Say equation number 2. Then v by g into dv by dx will becomes minus v square by gy. This v by g already we have calculated here, minus this is v by g into dv by dx. V by g one term, and dv by dx is minus v by y dy by dx. That becomes minus v square by gy into dy by dx. But we know the formula, Froude number. Froude number, if you square on both sides, you will, what you get? Square is equal to v square by gy, like this you get. Okay, so this will be v square by gy. This is nothing but a Froude number that I written minus fr square into dy by dx. So from equation 1 and 3, from equation this and this one, what do we get? This SE is equal to SB plus dy by dx minus f square dy by dx. Just compare this one, equation number 1 and 3. Substitute this value in equation number 1. We get finally SE is equal to SB plus dy by dx minus fr square into dy by dx. Take dy by dx out, we get SB plus dy by dx into bracket 1 minus fr square. Then dy by dx will become SE minus SB divided by 1 minus fr square. This is the differential equation for gradually varied flow, where SE is the slope of energy line minus slope of the bed channel divided by 1 minus fr square, that is dy by dx. This is a differential equation. This derivation is very, very important for the examination point of view. And finally, what it implies, what this equation implies. So this equation implies that equation 4, that is above equation, which gives the variation of the depth of flow along the bottom of the channel and also known as slope of the free liquid surface. Okay, then when dy by dx is equal to 0, when this term becomes 0, this one, when this term becomes 0, what it implies? The depth of flow is constant. The depth of flow is constant means it's the channel, this is the bed of the channel. So wherever you take here or here, the depth of flow will remains constant. For this one you get this one. The depth of flow becomes constant. It implies that the free surface of the liquid is parallel to the bed of the channel. This is parallel to the bed of the channel. Then when dy by dx is greater than 0, the depth of flow increases in the direction of flow and the corresponding profile of water is called backwater curve. So if you get, suppose if any obstruction comes along the direction of flow, then this water get increases in like this. Okay, layer, the profile will be like this, then you will get like this. So for this one, okay, the depth of flow increases in the direction of flow and the corresponding profile of water is called the backwater curve. This is called backwater curve. Then when dy by dx is less than 0, suppose this is the channel bed. Suppose if you are having a drop like this, water is flowing in this direction, this is the flow depth, suddenly the water will take place like this. Okay, this is called drop down. Okay, the depth of flow decreases in the direction of flow and the corresponding profile of water curve is called drop down curve. This is the drop down curve. This you get dy by dx is equal, dy by dx is less than 0 for this one. Means depth of flow along the direction of is decreasing. Okay, this is drop down curve, this is backwater curve, this is constant depth of flow we get. Okay, so I hope you understood this one. This is very important. Based on this, the problem will be asking, and you have to calculate dy by dx. Whatever the value we get with dy by dx, if it is getting 0, then say it is a uniform flow depth. If you are getting more than 0, then it implies the backwater curve. The profile of water curve will be backwater curve. And but if you are getting dy by dx is less than 0, it represents it's a drop down or a drawdown curve. I hope you understood this one. Okay. Thank you.